friends, thank you so much for joining me for another WIP Wednesday with our Thrift and Lift blanket. I'm Sarah and this is Crochet with Coffee. We have gotten so far. This is going to be a monster. My goodness. So I'd say we're almost or about halfway through the yarn so far. And I'm going to measuring tape it. I want to see how long this blanket is or how wide it is. I need to lay it out and actually measure it end to end and see how long it is, but let's measure how far we've gone so far. And whew, it is heavy, so heavy. All right, so as of right now, it's about 50 inches, maybe a little bit. Can't measure it flat right now. Like 52 inches. So that's crazy. This is going to be a monster. I'm wondering if it will be like use the blanket lengthwise like this, or if it'll be big enough that it will be like this way, or if it's going to be like square. I'm really curious to see how it turns out. But we left off on this really nice bright rainbow color red heart yarn, and we had the black and white on that side, and we had like the really nice pastel colors on this side. So I'm excited for today's to see what we're going to add to this. I need to find my hook. Okay, I had to dig through the basket. I couldn't find my hook. Okay, so let's do our first pick. And we've got to do our 5 or 6 picks to keep on track for the end of the year. So let's see what our first one is. It is a homespun. It's got grays and a purple underneath it. So I'm wondering if it's going to change color as we go. So it's like a darker gray, lighter gray, purple. Let's see what we get. What did I do? I did homespun held double before, but I also tried it another time and it was too thick. So I'm just gonna try it by itself and see where we're at. Because this seems a little bit thicker than usual. But anyway, how's everyone's week been? I hope good. And hope you've been up to some really great crafting this week. Okay, I think, yeah, this one is gonna be held single. We don't need to double this puppy up. That is thick. All right, that's a good width. We do not need to double that up. All right, so I'm going to attach it and get started, and I'll check back in when we are ready for our next pick. All done with this homespun. We got all the way across and turn back around a little bit. Now, next pick. It is a donut. All right, blue, a blue donut. Plymouth yarn. Caro Deluxe. It is 77% cotton and 23% viscose. Hand wash, made in Brazil. Will I be hand washing? No. Goes right in the washer with everything else. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? It's from Bristol, PA. Plymouth yarn. All right. Now, with this donut, I am going to say it looks like it's going to be one that we can hold triple, because it's very thin. I don't know if you can see it, there's these little pieces in there. You see it? So it's like it's a thread, and then every once in a while there's a little tiny piece in there. So it's fuzzy from all the other yarn on it, but see if you can see it. See if you can see that. See all those little pieces in there. So, all right, I'm gonna try it held 3 thick. Oh, there's a staple. Thrifted yarn. That's what they must have tagged it with, as a staple. Oopsie. All right. It's very thin. It doesn't have any information as far as weight or anything, but I'm going to say it is a very thick 2, possibly a 3, a very thin 3. So we're gonna do it 3 thick. So it'll be right there. I think that'll be good. All right, we'll check back in when I am all done with this one and we can do our next pick. I'm excited to see how this will work up. It'll be interesting. I like these yarns that I've never seen before. This is really why I wanted to add all of these to this blanket, because I will never use them in everyday life. But for this, lots of fun. All right, I'll be back. All done with pick number 3, or I'm sorry, pick number 2. Oh, look at the blue kind of stacked on top of that, so it's sandwiching that bright reddish color a little bit. I like it. So close up of how it's looking. 3 thick was the way to go. Holding it 3 thick was good. All right, pick number 3. I picked up 2 of these together and they're the same thing pretty much, but I grabbed this one. Oh, this yarn fuzz. Goodness. Okay, so we are going to do this chunky blue yarn, and I'm only going to hold this 1 thick. Should be good, although I guess we could try it doubled. We could try it double, see if it would work. All right, I got both ends. Let's see. Let's see. This might not be unreasonable to do. Triple. Might be, I don't know, let's see. I'll do single and double so you guys can look at it. I feel like this one is almost in between what I want. No, I think, see, it's right in between. I'll do it held single. I think that's better. I think that will be better. All right, I'll check back in. Stuck. Okay, found the end. Let's go.
Yarn worsted value ombre. Get this out. I got two of that.
So I am all finished with this blue. We've got a lot of blue going over here on top of the black and white that we had. He's been having dreams, so he must be chasing a bunny or something, but put a pillow under his poor little head. But yes, he's been having dreams. So I need to show you a little bit of that poor little thing. Right up against the wall. He chooses this. I don't understand. He chooses the wall instead of a nice comfy spot I have over there for him. But this is his place of choice. All right, we're ready for pick number 4. Another donut, and we've got pink this time. This is a fuzzy pink thing. I'm gonna guess this is a double. Hold a double, at least. But this is a donut, so can I pull it out from the center? All right, let's try it double and see what it looks like and see if I need to do it double or if I need to do it triple. Let's see. This might be a triple, but because it's fuzzy like this, I don't know. This is a double. This one is a double. All right, so I need to find the center of this donut so I can pull from the inside and the outside at the same time. Oh, and I forgot to share today, this is the Granny Stripe pattern by CJ Design. So I have that linked in the description if you are interested in checking out that pattern. I used the same stitch count, but I'm using random yarn and a 9mm hook. So it's different than what they called for, but it is the same stitch and chain count that they have on their website. So I have that linked in the description for you if you want to check out that. And I'm just gonna tie this up. I have been watching a variety of things. I've been watching some of the Yarn Geek, been watching some of her organizing videos, and I've also been watching The Secret Yarnery. She's doing some tours of her yarn space and her whips and all that stuff. I love that. So that's what I'm watching today while I am going through our picks, and I'm going to get this one going a little bit, and I will check back in once we have completed this lovely pink donut. It's actually making me hungry. I love donuts. They're so good. I'd say my favorite dessert is a donut. So good. And I'm getting tired. I feel like I need some coffee, so I might need to go get some of that later today. Go out, grab some coffee. Sounds like fun to me. But all right, I'm gonna keep going. That's what it's looking like. I'll be back. I'm glad we got some pink in here. And it landed on the more pastel side, which is pretty cool. And stopped about there. And then on this side, more blue. All right, pick number 5. This is that velvet that we used before. Did I hold it double? I believe I did. Didn't I? Did I? Checking. No, I did not. So, gray velvet, here we come. So, I really thought we were gonna finish that ball of yarn. I really, really did. And then I was like, well, it's gonna be close. Maybe if I just wrap it around just a tiny bit. We got 3 rows, and I still had this much. And it is a very well wrapped ball of yarn. So I don't know how much is left in here, but it's a lot. And it would get me, wouldn't even be surprised if it got me all the way across the row one more time. But I did have to cut it because I hit my 3 row limit, and this one has to go back in the basket for another pick. This one, this will be the 3rd pick. When this one gets picked again, it'll be pick number 3 for this specific color. So I do need to pick one more color to stay on track with my numbers. So that's going back in, and we're going to pick one more. White. All right, we got white. And here we go. To start on this end. So this was our number, in place of our number 5, but technically it is still number 6. Let's start on the end that I left off on with, put this down a little bit so you can see. I was struggling with my angles today for my camera. Don't you just wish you could be as comfy as animals get? I feel like some animals, like my cat, will curl up into the tiniest little place and she looks the most comfortable. I wish I could be that comfortable, even just once in my life. But she does that multiple times a day. How they do it, I don't know. But this one is going to go by fast, so I figure I'll just stay and chat with you. And I already asked how your day was going, so I'd love to hear that. I'd love to know what projects you're working on, and if you have any current WIPs, and what you're doing for Thanksgiving is soon. So I'd love to know what your Thanksgiving plans are. Wait. Thanksgiving's tomorrow. Well, I hope I feed my family. I forgot. Yeah, Thanksgiving's tomorrow. Oh boy. Well, after I get off here, I think you guys know what I'm going to be doing. Let's hope that there's some turkey left. What is your, let's talk Thanksgiving. What is your favorite Thanksgiving meal or treat or part of Thanksgiving? What's your favorite food of your Thanksgiving meals? That's what I want to know. I want to know your favorite Thanksgiving meals or part of the meal. I love stuffing, and it's the stovetop stuffing right out of the box. I love that, but what I do is instead of using all of the water that they recommend on the box, I do half water, half broth. So good. Love it like that. And I do add a tiny bit more broth, just like a little bit more. And so delicious. Love it, love it, love it. One of my favorites. And pumpkin pie. You guys had Costco pumpkin pie? It tastes just like my mom's homemade pumpkin pie. And I think she would use like the Libby's pumpkin recipe on the back of the can. And it tastes just like it. It's amazing. I could eat the whole pie by myself without a problem and without any guilt. It's big. It's a big pumpkin pie. I could and I would. My son's the only other one that really likes pumpkin pie. My daughter sometimes. But yes. So those are my favorites for Thanksgiving. And I want to know what you guys are eating and what your favorites are. We are done. I'm going to show you what it's looking like so far. We kept our white over on our black and white side from last week. We just got that little bit of rainbow surrounded by some blue. We've got that gray. I cannot believe that gray is still going. The other side stayed very pastel. I love how this is turning out. It is so fun. I'm so happy with it. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun with this week's pick. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm glad I remembered today because tomorrow would have been too late. But I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a wonderful week, and I hope you find joy in the little things. And we just have to check out this puppy a little bit closer.